Okay, Simon, I was wondering, you have a newborn son, and before you know it, he will probably be 10 years old, 12 years old, and I wonder if his life will a lot different than it was for us when we were 10 or 12. Like, for example, education. Do you remember what school was like when you were 12?
Yeah, sure I do. I think his education will be the same as mine. I don't think, like I had a classroom with maybe 15 or 20 students in it. He will probably have a classroom with 15 or 20 students in it. Of course, there will be a lot more technology in his classroom. I mean, I remember my first computer had green and white, green and black screen. He will probably have three-dimensional shapes with his computer screen.
That will be amazing. What about sports? Do you think sports will be the same? That he will play pickup games with his friends and go to the park and play soccer, whatever.
Sure. The only difference is, for example, I played soccer when I was young. I played on grass. He will probably play on artificial turf on the top of a building somewhere.
Right. Actually, that kind of worried me about kids today. They don't play sports and freely as they did, when I was 12. 'Cause when I was 12, we would always play pickup basketball games or pickup baseball games. I don't know if kids do that so much anymore.
I think they probably do.
You think so? Okay. Well, what about entertainment?
I think some things never change, so when he is 12 years old he will do exactly what I don't want him to do, which is exactly what I did, so those things might be different, like I would probably hang out with my friends and go skateboarding. He will probably have a jet board instead.
A jet board. Right.
Well, who knows? I don't know, but something new.
Right. Right. Okay, that's cool. Anything else you think might be different for your son, especially when your son is 30, in his 30s like you?
Yeah, but I guess technology. I think technology and overpopulation, so he will probably see a lot less natural sights or would not be able to experience nature as I did. I mean, even now I don't see as much nature as I did 20 years ago.
Right. Yeah, it's kind of a sad thing. Okay, anyway, thanks a lot, Simon.
Yeah, no problem.
So, Simon, how old is your son now?
He's just over 3 months now.
Okay, so it should be pretty fresh in your memory. Do you remember what it was like the day he was born?
Yeah, sure. I was in the operating room.
No kidding. The delivery room.
In the delivery room. Not the operating room. Sorry. Well, the do operate, kind of, but the delivery room so.
Well, let's go to the very beginning, like you're at home, like what happened.
So I was, as usual it happens when you never expect it, and it came a couple of days earlier than we thought, and she had labor pains at about 4 o'clock in the morning. Then we took her to the hospital. I took a couple pictures of her, just for the buddies. Hey, look at my better half in pain.
Right. So you got the hospital by car, by taxi. Were you driving fast?
I think we went by car and then I went back home to get breakfast and then because labor usually takes a long time so I thought we would have time but I went home for breakfast and then went back to the hospital and she was already on the table in the delivery room table. She was quite fast. It took about 3 hours I guess which is on the quick side of delivery but when I saw her she was a total different person. She was like not a real human being because the pain was so hard, like delirious or subconscious but I think all women are like that because I saw a couple other women and they looked like they were zombies. That's why I said, like they say women have a higher threshold for pain. It's true. I think men would die.
Right. Right.
But having said that, it was quite a mind-boggling experience, you know, like all of a sudden there's this little putple lump in front of you and it goes to purple to skin color before your eyes. Wow, yeah, and yeah, it's awake. A human being.
So the baby cries instantly when comes out.
I don't think it really cries that much. It does not have that image that many of us have that the doctor slaps and then cries like a baby, but yeah, maybe it whimpers a little bit every now and then. It's for the most part, quiet.
Well, I am sure it was an amazing day. That's cool. Thanks, Simon.
Yeah, no problem.
What brought you here, Ellen?
I'm so sorry.
How long have you been coughing?
It's been 3 months already.
So it got worse recently.
Yes, doctor.
Do you notice some phlegm?
No,
Is the cough there all the time? Or it's on and off?
it's been here all the time.
Is there anything that makes your cough worse? Like positional changes, seasonal changes, after eating?
Positional changes like lying down makes me cough even worse.
Is there anything that makes your cough better? Have you taken any medication?
I took some cough medication.
So do you have any other symptoms besides a cough? Any fever? Chills? Night sweats?
I have had on and off fever.
Have you noticed any changes in your weight? Any changes in your appetite? Any changes in your bowel habits?
I have lost weight, though my appetite seemed normal and my bowel habits are regular.
Have you experienced shortness of breath? Have you felt any chest pain?
Yes, there were times when felt like I was catching my breath, and I also experienced chest pain sometimes.
Have you ever had wheezing? Headaches? Runny nose? Sore throat. Postnasal drip.
Yes, I have had postnasal drip.
Have you ever had asthma? Gastric acid problems. Allergic rhinitis. Drug allergies. Any heart problems?
No, I have not had any of those.
Do you have any other problems in your lungs? Stomach. Liver. Kidneys.
No, doctor.
Have you ever had any surgeries?
I never had one in my life.
Is there anybody in your family being sick now? What about at work?
Actually, I work at the daycare center and the kids are always sick.
Do they have the same cough as you do? A cough without phlegm.
Some kids cough with phlegm, but some also have none.
Is there anybody who has had tuberculosis around you?
No, doctor.
Is there anybody in your family having other disease such as diabetes? Heart problems? High blood pressure?
My father has high blood pressure.
Now I would like to ask some personal questions which can be helpful for me to figure this out better. Is it okay with you?
No problem, doctor.
So how long have you worked in the daycare center?
About a year, doctor.
Do you drink? Do you smoke? Do you use any illegal drugs?
I drink occasionally, but I have not tried smoking and using illegal drugs.
Now, I would like to ask you about your sexual life. I know this is very private, but sometimes this can give us a big hint. Will you not mind?
Not at all. I am open for those questions as long as it can help figure out my problem.
Okay, are you sexually active? If so, how many partners do you have? Do you use protections?
No, doctor, I'm not sexually active.
Where are you originally from?
I'm from the Philippines.
Have you recently traveled? When is the last time you traveled outside of Los Angeles?
I went home to the Philippines 3 to 4 months ago.
Do you have any pets at home? Were you exposed to any animals or birds recently?
No.
Have you ever had PPD test? Like an injection on your arm and measure the round in duration 2 days later?
Not yet, doctor.
Okay, thank you for answering my questions, Miss Ellen. Even though there are some more possible sources of your coughs, like asthma or pneumonia, I'm still not sure exactly what it is. So I will run some tests such as blood works and chest x-rays. I think I can talk to you better about the diagnosis and the proper treatment when I get the result of those tests. In the meantime, I will give you medication to ease your cough. Do you have any questions?
I work at a day care center. Is this the reason why I have a cough?
It might.
Do I need antibiotics to get better?
Maybe. It depends on what you really have though. If it is pneumonia, they help. But for others, they do not.
Okay, doctor. Thank you so much for your time.
Welcome. See you soon.